Alright, what's up, people? Hey, I'll be honest, there's actually a couple different reasons for the hiatus I took over the weekend from streaming and whatnot. Um, oh boy. But I think the biggest one, right? The biggest one for me is just that it's getting later in the year. It's autumn now, decisively. You know, I can definitely feel it in the weather outside. And I'm getting tired. I mentioned that on another live stream. Is getting winded a lot more easily, and as I mentioned as well, I'm not very good at pacing myself. So, so here we are. Had to sort of take a little while to collect myself over the weekend. Of course, another reason that I took a hiatus, actually two reasons. First is that I had to reschedule some things for the weekend. That would have made me even more tired. And then also there was a Super Smash Bros. Tournament that I really wanted to watch that I'd been excited for some time, the Big House 11. And so I watched that, and I think I made pretty good use of my time over the weekend doing that, relaxing, etc. What's up, 1v3? Welcome back to the stream. But lest I tire myself further, I want to go through the Weather Institute here. I think this is the Weather Institute. And then I'll talk about some of the stuff that happened. Inevitably, since I took a break for a few days, there were big political developments ongoing. And shockingly, in one area, there was no big political development, which in itself is a big political development. If you watched the last stream, you might know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to stay tuned for me to discuss that, because it has big ramifications. What's up, random Team Aqua Grunt? I believe this is the building where you get cast form. Mille vario verga. Vamos puta madre. Si se puede. Are you talking about how Mille lost the first round? I will get to that just in just a moment. That actually made me pretty excited. That got me hyped to do today's stream. That guy is accurately described as a motherfucker. Zubat. These guys are just gonna have the same old things, it seems like. Yeah. That's what we got right now. Let's see, between... Oh, oops. Sorry. I keep forgetting when I hover over something, it like, makes all the other windows go blank. So I have to not do that. Let's do this, and then that. Okay. That should be it? Yeah. Nice. I know I get a Waterstone soon. Yes, that's right, Lily Cove City. I was going to say I don't remember where. Then I remembered this ROM hack is a good ROM hack, good experience. Trying to calculate how much all the countries of the world from the Minecraft server are worth? Well. God, that would be hard to calculate. What the fuck? Quite the fun challenge? Yeah, I would imagine. There's a lot of stuff in Minecraft that's worth a lot. You know what actually makes wealth very difficult to calculate based on nations and whatnot? Is shareholder capitalism, right? This actually, Thomas Piketty outlines this in his books on capital. You know, we can talk about GDP, we can talk about national income and all that. He prefers to use national income, but at the end of the day, you know, most big businesses in the modern day are international. So there will be like a business that's based in America, but then somebody will be a big share owner, like shareholder from Canada. There'll be somebody from France, from Germany, Britain. Like you could have a truly international block of bourgeoisie owning the shares and whatnot, which actually makes it very hard to pin down where the wealth in a company is at a given time. And of course, there's all the money that people have in offshore bank accounts. So that definitely doesn't help any. But then there's also like the matter of that applying to colonized countries more so than like the first world. The shares are held in a trust on some tiny island. Yes, that's right. That like a lot of times they will, to get around taxes, because some companies do tax shares. They'll have like a shell company hold the shares for them, and it's like they're the CEO of the shell company, or they're one of the shareholders of the shell company that owns the shares of the other company, and the shell company is on the tiny island where you pay zero money in taxes. It's all very convoluted for the benefit of like super wealthy like business people and all that. You know, it's a whole different like abstraction of wealth apart from like apart from natural resources, because a lot of, you know, there's also a lot of wealth and a lot of value, I should say, not a lot of wealth necessarily, but a lot of value in the natural resources around the world. That's why there was such a scramble for Africa. You know, people like shiny objects. There's a lot of precious metals down there. There's a lot of rubber. There's non-precious metals that are good for like other manufacturing purposes and conductors, you know, copper and things like that. Or lithium in Bolivia. That's actually why the coup took place. The United States wanted that lithium for batteries. Oh, what's up, May? I guess since I'm talking politics here, I may as well get into it. The first thing I want to get to is let's start with Argentina. Actually, I was gonna start with the United States and our legislature, but I'll start with Argentina. Everybody has been hearing about, if you're interested in politics, if you've been following politics, everybody's been hearing about this guy, Javier Milei, who is a far-right, anarcho-capitalist. I think he's actually a self-professed anarcho-capitalist running for the presidency in Argentina. And, he's been on various social media outlets explaining exactly how he would dismantle every single agency that benefits anybody that's not, like, super wealthy. And so that has earned him equal parts, or at least until recently, people thought, equal parts ire and admiration. Ire from anybody who is not on the far right, and admiration from the conservatives and, the far right. But recently, the first round of elections was held. The first round of presidential elections was held in Argentina, and Milei didn't win. So he got in second place. He got the second most votes, which means that he will be advancing to the second round. Here, I'll show stats for lefties. Epic account. In Argentina's election, I can't speak today. Center-left candidate Sergio Massa prevailed by 7 points in the first round. So we can see here, Massa got 37%, Milei got 30%. None of these other guys matter anymore because only two advanced to the next round, as far as I'm familiar with this kind of presidential election. Bregman is a trot and speaks well. Shame she did so bad. Yeah, I saw that this is, a further left party than Sergio Massa, but I think right now I'm prepared to say that this is at least good that Milei is not in the lead and we get somebody who's probably like neoliberal SocDem, like that's preferable to this guy. But yeah, in a different universe, I would have very much preferred this person to win. And I think that this would have been the round to spend your vote for this person if you were to do that. Strategic voting in systems like this, not as big of a concern as in America, because in America, there's no first and second round. It's just the internal party elections and then the general election where there are only ever two candidates running. On the very rare occasion, there's a third party candidate, but there's such a high hurdle for them to even get on the ballot. And they never really get enough votes to influence the election the election in their own favor. It's the top two in the runoff. People thought Bullrich would have been in the runoff with Millet, but Massa won. Totally a surprise. Yeah, wow. I can see that. Minus 16 for Bullrich. Bullrich. This guy, imagine, yeah, he's the center-right candidate. So, now we have... I don't know how Sergio Massa compares to Joe Biden or any given Democrat in the United States, but it's almost like a Joe Biden versus Donald Trump situation, where even if people don't really like the center-left party in Argentina, I think most people will recognize that that is a preferable alternative to Javier Milei and his far-right, anarcho-capitalist party. It could be Sergio Massa being in office. It could be good. It could be a little bit not good, but it's not going to be the end of democracy or the end of democratic institutions in Argentina the way Milei getting elected might be. A lot of Bullrich's people are openly supporting Massa to stop Milei, and that is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because, well, they found the line, and we know that they're not going to cross that line. It could potentially be a curse because all too often left parties have fallen into the trap that the Democratic Party used to fall into in the 1980s and 90s, where they think they have to move to the right to capture the mainstream conservative vote, not realizing that mainstream conservatives are basically fascists, and also that they didn't get their victories in the past by being moderates. Moderates do not win elections typically unless they are running against a fascist. And even in this case, we've seen that this guy doesn't necessarily need to play the moderate any more than he has already because he got more votes than everybody else. And lest that devolve into rambling, I think it would be good for them to stick to their social democratic program, their platform, and not do the whole enlightened centrist bullshit. And then suffice it to say, I think Javier Milei will lose the election if they do that. Now, could he raise a stink about things? Maybe. That's possible. But we saw how that went in the United States with January 6th. Even though the prosecution and the artifices of law enforcement have been very soft on the January 6th insurrectionists, they did not succeed on January 6th. The following year, or I think actually no, it was the year after that, the January 8th insurrectionists in Brazil were also not successful. And that is a good sign because it means that most likely if Milei attempts anything in Argentina, he will also not be successful, especially considering that, well, the only reason he would attempt something of that caliber would be since he lost the election, which means the majority of people don't support him. So... Again, I will reiterate, not super familiar with the Social Democratic, the center-left party in Argentina. They could be good or bad. Again, I don't know. But suffice it to say, crisis kind of averted for now. We'll see how the general election shapes up, but I do have good reason to believe that, what's his name? Sergio Massa will win the general election. It will be maybe not business as usual, but... certainly better than fascism. I think this should serve as a wake-up call to a lot of people in Argentina. I think there's been a lot of sort of far-right breakout showings in elections and in the political situations in many countries that have been sort of enough of a slap in the chest for people to galvanize and sort of move further left. Hopefully that can also be the case here. But I realize some of this is inevitably going to be me puffing smoke. I would have to read more about Argentinian politics, and I'll conclude there. Future me, if that's a segment, cut it there. I don't know if I'll make that a segment. I might, because I did one about Ecuador. Maybe I'll do that. one about Argentina as well. That could be good. Oh, ah, that's right. There's a Kecleon in the way there. I think I need to go over here. Yeah, Steven is waiting on the bridge. I remember that from other playthroughs of this game. I didn't see where they were sending in. It was Whalmer. Okay, this works out then. Parasol Lady Clarissa. Nice. Oh, I have the opportunity to evolve Combuskin into Blaziken. Ah. Maybe I should do that. Ah, the reporters. Double battle. Yay. What's up? Ooh. Okay, this should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Hoo-ha. No, I like hoo-ha. I think hoo-ha is a good quote for that. Swablu, still normal type? Still normal type. Alright, sick. You take a swig and then I'll continue. Now that I've talked about foreign elections, let me talk about domestic elections. Holy shit, is this funny. So, you guys may remember if you follow American politics, starting to feel like I'm going to work longer on the Wimbook about buying countries than I've ever done on any school project. That tends to be the case when you do a little ambitious personal project and it consumes a lot of time. But, back to it. You guys may remember last week what all was going on in the United States. There's currently ongoing negotiations in the national legislature, the Congress, the House of Representatives, over who is going to be Speaker of the House. For people in other countries, that this is the equivalent of a prime minister. You know, you have the president, the prime minister. No legislative things can happen unless there is a prime minister to basically preside over the legislature. Critical support to the Republicans for keeping the House closed. Yeah, I'll elaborate more on that in a minute. I talked about this a bit last time as well. But amazingly, it has been a week, and Republicans still haven't chosen a speaker. There is still no prime minister of the United States. There's no speaker of the House, and Republicans have only been growing more disorganized, if you can believe it. I'm going to refresh this page, see if there's any new breaking stuff. Here we go. The Hill, maybe? Let's go to the Hill. There won't be a 100 billion for genocide that Biden wants while they got no leader. That is true. That is true, and I'm prepared to take that as a W for now. But there's other political ramifications here. So the Republicans are as disorganized as they've ever been. This is the fascist party in the United States. Republicans are back to square one into the third full week without a speaker. So it's been going on for 3 weeks now. 2 speaker nominees have dropped out of the race after it became clear they would be unable to get 217 votes, which is the majority threshold. Republicans are set to try again. They're holding a speaker forum today. That's Monday. To hear from the 9 candidates that filed to run. Okay, so the process for this basically is that the majority party, since it's a 2-party system, they can get a prime minister through if they just coalesce enough, you know. But there are 9 people on the Republican side that want to be prime minister, that want to be Speaker of the House. So they have to meet in private and do negotiations and like elections behind closed doors first, and then they can go out to the floor of the legislature and have the real vote to see who gets to be the Speaker of the House for real. They did this with Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise, and that failed. That was when there was only 2 or 3 candidates in the running. Now there are 9 candidates in the running. And if they don't pull something together, if there is no prime minister by mid-November, there's going to be a federal government shutdown, which means all essential services in the United States will be unavailable. People will not get their food stamp money. People won't get their unemployment checks. People won't get their federal pensions. Some government workers still get federal pensions. Those will stop paying out. Social Security will stop paying out. It's not good. People will lose their jobs as well, who work in government. You want to avoid a government shutdown generally. However, I do not want to avoid it badly enough to help the Republicans, and the Democrats don't either. Every time there has been a House Speaker vote, Democrats, all 212 of them, have fallen in rank behind their candidate, Hakeem Jeffries. Is he a centrist? Yes, and I don't like him. But he's preferable to a Republican in this scenario because what he is, that Republicans aren't, is adherent to the party line. If the Democrats decide something good is on the agenda, like they have in several states, there's indications that they would do some social safety net programs, at least domestically, then the leadership could simply confer, and then Hakeem Jeffries would have to agree, and then the whole party would get behind that reform. The Republicans are much more shiftless. Kevin McCarthy, the only way that he was able to be prime minister for the short 9 months that he was that he made concessions to the far-right bloc, the Freedom Caucus. You know, that's like Matt Gaetz and Boebert and Green and those people. And look how that turned out for him. There is no such infighting on the Democratic side right now. So it is actually more likely by the day that some Republicans might defect and get a Democratic speaker. Now, to your point earlier, resist colonizers, the U.S. is still very pro-Israel, and that sucks a lot. But there's like a lesser evils game here. Very distasteful, I know, but it is a consideration that the Democrats are not as gung-ho about Israel as Republicans are. Legislators on one level, but definitely the voter base on another. You'd be surprised. Americans are actually pro-Palestine. It is just the politicians that like Israel. And sometimes not even then. There has been a significant uptick in the progressive voices in the legislature saying that we should not be funding Israel and in their treatment of Palestinians as subhuman, and that we should be giving more aid to Palestine. We should be acting as a diplomatic actor to sort of ease the pressure on Gaza. And any potential good solution from the United States' side to the conflict there is much more likely to come from a Democratic leadership than it is from a Republican leadership. Yeah. Well, what else was I going to say? Yes, okay. There's something else that I wanted to reiterate from last time as well. I think this is going to be part of another segment I'm currently working on. The Republicans at every level in the United States have failed to find their footing. Now more than ever, the Republicans are running out of money. They're running out of support from their base. They're running out of figureheads that they can coalesce behind to get into any actual elected positions. They're just running out of things. They're running out of things that they have going for themselves to attain power. Such is the dilemma of many a fascist party, where the hype burns out and they are left to sort of fizzle into obscurity. I think this is an opportunity for the Democrats to sort of drive the nail in a little bit further, and they should take that opportunity. And I would very much like to see a future where there is no more Republican Party. And again, I will reiterate about the Democratic Party. They're not great, but they have been more open to moving left in recent years. In fact, I will refer to a survey. Imagine only having them Karens and internet trapped people loving your orange Trump guy. Yeah, that's right. And Trump is like the only charismatic figure in the Republican Party right now. This actually ties into a survey I saw recently. Now, again, you guys know how I feel about polling. It is absolute hot garbage in the United States. And so is this one to an extent. Only 1,000 U.S. adult citizens and a margin of error of 4 percentage points. Pretty bad. But I think this one, for once, it is not entirely useless because it shows us some data about how people identify themselves and what kind of political leanings they align with. We can see here people were asked about their political identity. This is all of the people interviewed. We can see 9% of people said that they are either well described or partially described by the label anarchist. And then if we scroll down to progressive, we can see there's a good 42%. Now, obviously, there's going to be some overlap here, but I also want to take a note of this one right here. 28% of people in this survey said that the word socialist either partially or very adequately describes them and their political leanings. And if we scroll down to the party demographics, here we go. We have the anarchist label. 14% of Democrats, you can see here 1% and then 13% for partially. 14% of Democrats say that they could be described in some capacity as anarchist. And then going down to socialist, where is that label? I think it's near the bottom. Let's see, nationalist, populist, pro-choice, pro-life. Anarcho-Bidenism, yeah, very true. They are the real anarcho-Bidenists. They exist. It's very funny. So, political labels, socialist. 52% of Democrats say that socialist describes them in some capacity. 38% say, yeah, I guess you could say that. And then 14% say, oh yeah, I'm a socialist for sure. This is very significant. Now, as I mentioned, there's a whole lot of problems with how people determine whether or not these polls are nationally representative in any real capacity. I laid out the issues with YouGov being that you have to be a member on their like special panel to be interviewed, and they give you the questions on pencil and paper. You can't fill it out online or on their app or whatever. But usually the issue with that is that the demographics that would be taking those surveys, the demographics that would lean towards, are more conservative than average, right? So here we have an instance where what should be a more conservative skewing demographic, even for people registered with the Democratic Party, 52% of those people are saying, yeah, I'm a socialist, registered with the Democrats. Hopefully they didn't oversample anybody. And I think that's indicative of just how far left the American population has moved since the days of the Cold War, since the end of the Cold War and the turn of the 21st century. I remember growing up in school. This wasn't that long ago, anywhere from 15 to less than 10 years ago. Socialism was kind of a dirty word, where pretty unambiguously people in history class, history teachers and whatnot, would talk about the horrors of socialism around the world and that it's an evil ideology that should be associated with Stalin and Venezuela and 69 quintillion, no iPhone, etc., etc. But it seems like now people are getting a little bit more wise to the whole thing. Let's be real, these people are sock dems and think AOC and Bernie are socialists. That could be true, although I will have to push back a little bit and say that Bernie is a socialist. He's just forced to work within a capitalist framework. He appears to be a sockdem because that is currently what could be on the table as far as policymaking goes. I think AOC is a sockdem in terms of she would probably stop there in some capacity. She would be hesitant to go further. I think Bernie is a actual socialist and wants the means of production to be collectivized in some capacity, and he just doesn't say that on TV because he knows that people aren't ready for that. They're ready for the populist rhetoric. They're ready for left populist rhetoric, but he can only accomplish so much in his current position, and he's trying to maximize the degree to which he can get away with stuff. Bernie may think better things, but his dialogue is cucked. Yeah, and it has to be that way, unfortunately. If his dialogue were... I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if his dialogue were less cucked, as we're putting it here, then he would be way less effective of a political operative, and he would not have had the degree of political success in passing legislation. Not getting elected per se, but passing legislation. He would not have had that degree of success if he wasn't able to swallow his pride and do stuff like that. For example, the whole endorsing Biden thing, that's what a lot of people probably think of. You know, I think if he hadn't endorsed Biden, we would be in a much worse spot. Just by a law of, like, all probable conclusions, it would have created a rift in the Democratic Party and things like that. Is it distasteful? Yes, but that's a product of the political system, and at the end of the day, Bernie Sanders is trying to work within that. You know, that's part of why I don't actually want to run for public office. You know, sometimes I'll talk with friends and family and whatever, and it gets to politics, and, you know, sometimes they're like, man, you should really be a politician. You should really run for public office. And I was like, haha, no, because you have to sell your soul for that. And Bernie is very good at being able to engage in the dirty, dirty game that is politics while still maintaining his political goals and his political beliefs deep down. He's better than that. He's better at that than most people. Yeah. But sorry, this has been a really winding segment, really winding set of ramblings. The main point I want to get at is that the Republican Party is still in as much disarray, if not more, than they have ever been in, and that can only yield good things for the left. Even if the Republican Party gets a speaker nominated and elected to the position in the House of Representatives, I mentioned this last time, they're not getting shit passed, because it's going to be a sort of uneasy compromise candidate, much like it was with Kevin McCarthy, and we know how that ends. In fact, if they do that again, the lifespan on the next one is probably going to be even shorter than 9 months. I'm at the risk of going on too long. Future me, cut the segment there. You know what to do. Devon Scope. Okay, bye. This is the flying type gem. I think this is... Is this the furthest along flying type gem until, what was it? I know Gen 5 had also the 6th gem be flying type. I'm trying to remember if there's any other. I think it's just this, and Gen 5 had the 6th gem be flying type. And then the rest of the games I don't really know. Some of them don't even have well, a lot of them don't even have flying type gems. Kind of strange. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, I talked about that survey already. There we go. Ice beam in a minute. Let's go into a short one. Just a real short thing. Where was the one with more perfect union? Yeah, here we go. I mentioned on another stream that the FCC was going to hold a vote to consider net neutrality again. So, wait a fucking second. I already talked about this. Okay. I have a shit memory. I talked about this last stream, but the FCC voted to reinstate net neutrality in the United States, which I think is a good thing. So that's going to go into effect next year, and the internet is going to stop sucking so much in America. It's still going to suck, just not as much. Because it's like, you know, you pay for however much bandwidth in like your internet package per month, and net neutrality is like the internet providers actually give you the internet that you paid for. And then there was a ruling from the FCC under Trump that was like, no, actually they can just say, yeah, you get this much bandwidth per month, now pay up. And then you pay up and they don't give you that. They throttle your connection and whatnot, and the FCC has decided, yeah, that's cringe and stupid, actually. Let's have the better system where you get the internet that you pay for. This Swallow is dead set on being annoying as balls. Okay, well, he's out of there. That's good. Alright. Good stuff, I guess. For a second, I was wondering why there are so many double battles in this gym, and then I realized, first, that the double battle gym where the theme is double battles, that's the next one. But then also, it was Gen 3, and this is when they introduced the double battles, so they want to show it off a bunch. Cool. I am gonna level everybody up to level 36 and then come back. And thankfully, this is Pokemon Emerald. It's Generation 3, so they shouldn't have that dumb, like, EXP scaling mechanic where it's like, oh, if the Pokemon is lower leveled, you actually gain less EXP just in terms of, like, the number amount. Which is dumb because your EXP gauge, like, grows more and more because each level you need more and more to level up, so there's already a level scaling effect. They didn't need to introduce another one. It's just to punish the level grindy players like me. And I don't like it very much. And also to force people to rely on the new EXP share item. I got really annoyed in Generation 6, I think, was one that was introduced. When I, like, turned it on to see if I could try it and, like, wanted to see how it worked. And then I couldn't turn it off again. Like, they made it so you couldn't disable the universal EXP share thing. And now it's not even an item, they just make it like a mechanic of the game, and it's like, yeah, you can't play without it. It's like, well, fuck, dude. Heaven scope. Alright. Nest Ball. That's good for catching low-level Pokemon. And by low-level, I mean less than level 30. Which, I mean, there are some in this area. Ooh, so I can get rid of that. This guy's not going to be terribly useful for the next gym battles. He's grass type, and they don't fare too well against flying types. Actually, no, hold on. He does have Ice Beam. That's a consideration. Wait a minute. Why is your donate button giving sus vibes? It's because it's the Among Us. Sussy Among Us. Yeah. I didn't really know what else to make it. I felt like it was just like, haha, funny. Donate button. if you were, I should mention as well, this just occurred to me. If you were, like, gonna click on it and donate, let me know when you, let me know if you do, because I actually haven't really had the opportunity to test out, like, for real whether the, some of the notifications work. I did the thing where you, like, go into, what is it, Streamlabs, and be like, okay, so here's the donate notification button, you get a test notification. I've tested that, but I still don't know how well that holds up. I don't know how well that holds up to, like, when I'm actually streaming, and if somebody actually goes to the PayPal page and whatnot. You know. But that should only apply for, like, the first couple donations I get. If I get any, you know? Yeah. Let's see, what else did I have? You see the NDP kicked Sarah Zama, a member of the Provincial Parliament of Ontario, out for supporting Palestine, even though she apologized. I did not see that, although I wouldn't be surprised. The NDP in Canada are a bunch of liberal fuckheads. Here, hold on. NDP Sarah Zama? CBC. Let me get my news from a more reliable fucking source than CBC. Fuck. It looks like it's just CBC and, like, National Post and some other people. All right, let's see if we can wade through the bullshit of Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. Oh, wait, there's a Twitter link. Oh, thank you. Breaking, the NDP has kicked Sarah Jama out of caucus after she made, quote, unilateral decisions that broke the trust of colleagues. Which means she said free Palestine once, and they're like, oh my god, unsanctioned action. Or whatever. This was written by AI. Wait, what? No, the NDP didn't kick this person out, it looks like. Hold on. As such, with the support of our Ontario NDP member of provincial parliaments, I've been left with no option but to remove the... Wait, no, you're right. Hold on. This morning, Stiles and the Ontario NDP will vote against the Conservative extreme motion to censure her. Okay, how Y2K looks when he has a brain fart. Yeah, very true. So yeah, okay, they removed her, but then was like, no, don't censure her, that's mean. To the Conservatives? What the fuck? You already removed her from government. Like, what the fuck? Wait, no, they didn't remove her from government. They removed her from her... Oh, okay. They kicked her out of the party, but they didn't kick her out. They didn't kick her out of government. She's okay. Let me go through this. Politics is confusing. Fuck. Sarah Jama said free Palestine, presumably, which is based. Thank you very much. However, she apologized later, which is cringe and cucked and stupid. So it cancels out. The NDP didn't like this because they are liberals that support Israel. So they said, you don't get to be the cool kids club anymore. They kicked her out of the party. But she's still a member of the Provincial Parliament of Ontario. And then the Conservatives said, yeah, and we'll censure her, which basically means that you're not allowed to speak or vote, even though you're technically still a member of the government. And then the NDP was like, what? No, that's mean. And then they didn't. Palestine, the fucking Israeli-Palestine politics fucking brings out all the Hitler particles in everybody. Like, look, people meme about, like, scratch a liberal and a fascist bleeds, and that's not always true, but holy shit is it ever true whenever you talk about Palestine and Israel. Yeah. Although they do still kind of cling to the veneer of civility politics and whatever. Yeah. Presumably her constituents would support her here? Maybe? I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions, I guess. Oh no, she's broken the trust of her colleagues by not supporting genocide. That's so sad. The progressive conservatives. Damn, Canadian politics is so fucked. What the yeah, okay, well. End of all occupation to Palestinian land? That's what she said? Based. She called for a ceasefire and they were like, you're banned. Damn. Yeah, okay, CBC probably has a bunch of nothing to say. Yeah, that's like an example of Western governments all being on the side of Israel during this, even though, you know, people's consciences tend to say otherwise. Like, this is part of what I was talking about with America as well. America isn't pro-Israel. The American government is pro-Israel. There was a poll done to see who would support aid to Palestine versus aid to Israel and whatnot. And a majority of Democrats and a majority of independents supported aid to Palestine by a margin of like 50-something to 40-something. It wasn't that close, funnily enough. And even conservatives, even the like Republicans in the United States, 41 to 3% of them said, yes, we should give humanitarian aid to Palestine, which is insane considering the direction that the party has gone and the general leanings of that voter base that you see on TV and in the news cycle and whatnot. And then the results were almost mirrored for should we send aid, which means like weapons and stuff, to Israel, which is a majority of Democrats and independents saying no, we shouldn't. And even still like 40-odd% of Republicans saying no, we shouldn't be sending arms to Israel. I think, you know, Americans are really tired of post 9/11 bullshit. And they've decided, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be selling weapons to governments that love to commit war crimes every 2 seconds. And then the U.S. government's like, what? No, that's crazy. Haha, you guys are so radical and unmoderate with your supporting human rights. Which, I mean, supporting human rights, to be fair, is a radical position. Because it's not like moderates in politics care that much. But yeah. Cringe. It's not every day that the US government posted cringe. That is a lie. Yes, it is. But today they posted bigger cringe. Yeah. Layer on your rock type, you can handle this. Haha, draw a red X on the fucking... Okay. I didn't see what Pokemon that was. That was Altaria. Okay, cool. That was the wrong Pokemon. I don't know why I did that. Okay, well, it worked out anyways. This is the right Pokemon. Okay, to use Ice Beam. Haha. I'm not sure how I feel about this gym leader theme. I don't think I like it as much. I think I prefer the original Pokemon Emerald gym leader theme to this. Is this maybe like... This sounds really good. I don't know if this is like an original composition by the person that made the ROM hack, or if this is pulled from somewhere else in the game. It sounds like maybe it could come from like the Battle Frontier or something like that. I don't know. Do I gamble it with Yasmin? Do I? Fuck it. It would be funny. I have to go for the funny haha. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yay, I did it. Yay, feather badge. What TM do I get? TM 40. Aerial Ace, yes! The move is so good. It's literally just wing attack, but better. Unless he made wing attack more powerful in this. I don't think he did. Yeah, no, it's still 60 power, 100 accuracy. Alright. Learn early. Sorry about that. Pardon me while I fucking die on camera. Phone call? Who's calling me? Oh yeah, speaking of phone call. Where did my fucking phone... I know what happened. I left my phone downstairs. God damn it. Alright, I'll have to go get it in a minute. I'd been having issues with my card a little while ago. And I called my bank this morning to get it fixed, and nobody picked up at my fucking bank. They put me on hold for 30 minutes, and then I decided this isn't worth it, and I hung up. Gotta love the banking sector. Jesus Christ, dude. And the worst part is I probably have to do it again, you know? Because, I can't just not leave that problem to be unfixed, right? It's a big enough deal that, there's certain situations where I just wouldn't be able to use my card. You know? So I have to call them at some point. I guess I just have to get lucky and there be actually somebody in this fucking bank that serves people at a national level, I think. It's not like this is a local or municipal bank, you know? Do I have fly on anybody? I didn't teach anybody fly yet. Okay, that's, I should do that. It's still only 70 power, 95 accuracy? Dude. Alright, I'll get rid of double team. Because I have not used it even once. Damn. I actually, you know, sometimes I don't like when the ROM hack people make moves have their updated powers and accuracies because of moves like Surf and Ice Beam and Fire Blast and stuff got nerfed. But yeah, there are situations where I think they should do that, and it's with moves like Fly that are only 70 power. Because it's a 2-turn move. How are you gonna have that move be 2 turns and only 70 power? Even Razor Wind, fucking Razor Wind is still 80 power. Although it never made sense to me why Razor Wind is a normal type move. It has wind in the name. It should probably be flying type. Or at least not normal type. Let's... So this seems to be a considerably different arrangement of tall grass here. Such that people are not moving around in the fun way that they were in the other one. Oh wow, okay. I thought his range was a little bit shorter than that, but here we are regardless. No, why do random trainers have healing items now? I hate this. This is annoying as fuck. Fuck you, Ice Beam. Didn't matter here. Nugget. I can sell that for money. Ah, yes. You encounter a lot of Pokemon in this grass. And by that I mean it has like a really high encounter rate. There's no way to get over there, is there? Doesn't look like it. Oh wait, you can actually go back up that way. That's interesting. And it's sunny. That's nice. I can surf now. Yes. That's right. After the one gym. Get me to the other side of this. No, no hidden item or anything? Lame. I wanted a hidden item. What's up, random bug catching weirdo? Dude, I'm so glad that I didn't go to school with anybody who was like really into collecting bugs and stuff. Even in elementary school, that like wasn't a thing for most people I knew. Or for anybody I knew. And I knew a lot of people in elementary school, because it was all just like, you would just talk to anybody. And, you know, there's kind of, nobody did that. Let's go down here. And I can probably skip through this quite a bit more. Yeah, there was the other time. God, the fact that these things know poison powder is such a fucking annoyance. Ah, yes. The classic hide behind the fucking curtains technique. Fucking ow, dude. Jesus. You didn't need to do it the second time. I was dead after the first one. But okay, you just let me win, I guess. Switch decks to the front. There's something up here. I know it. Oh, there's a trainer up here. I see. Just sort of brute force my way through the type chart here. Ah, this must be where you find Reggie Ice, I think. With one of the Reggies. You find Reggie Rock in the desert, and I don't think there's an ice location in this game. There's no yeah. So this is probably Reggie Ice, because there's water around. And, you know, ice is water. Oh boy, an item. Jesus Christ, I'm tired. Give me my sweatshirt. I need it. Okay, cool. Alright. There we go. This still has the tag in it, so it can be quite annoying. Calculating stuff is taking way longer than I thought. Starting to feel the urge to complain about something I'm really enjoying. You know, complain away, I guess. Nothing stopping you. Do I want to put these back on? Nah, you know what? I think I'm gonna leave my headset off for a little while. Yeah, I'll just put it over here. That means I probably won't hear any alerts that come up there, but I will try to keep an eye on the OBS overlays and stuff, so I will see them, most likely. It's probably fine. I'm not exactly a high-level streamer or whatever. Doubt anybody would begrudge me. Except for me, of course. I haunt every corner of my brain. Unironically, that's probably why I don't scare very easily anymore. Double battle! Yeah. Do that. Yeah. Please don't use protect. He didn't use protect. What the... What? How did that miss? God dang it. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. Still easy battle. This is where you get Pikachu. Why in all them countries completely flat? Who care about biomes anymore? Everyone should delete all their nature. No minerals, no people, no conflicts or buildings. That would make everything so much easier. Very true. Many such cases. We should simply generate the world in super flat mode. That's what God should have done. He should have, when they made the Earth, they should have done that shit in super flat mode. No elevation changes. That shit is annoying. Geologists and everybody else taking mental damage as I say that. The scenario of the future of the Earth. Yeah. Everything is flat. It's a Viper. Poison type. I don't need to switch. Never mind, it has glare. I forgot. Ugh. Oh, right. Mr. Mime has soundproof. Never mind, get me out of here. Alright. They're going to Mount Pyre. I should really get to Lily Cove City first, before I go to Mount Pyre down there. Because then I'll have somewhere to fly. It'd be nice. Oh, now we get to... I get to actually explain a little bit the gimmick of Uproar. That slacking used Yawn on me, and then I used Uproar. Now, ordinarily, Yawn would make it so that you fall asleep in so many turns. In I think 2 turns. But if you're using Uproar, it actually negates the ability for any Pokemon on the field to go to sleep. So it's a good counter for rest, for opposing Pokemon that would want to use rest, and it's a good counter for opposing Pokemon that would want to put you to sleep. The big drawback is one that is a normal type move, so ghost types would be immune, and then 2 that it is a sound move. So any Pokemon that have the ability Soundproof will not be they will not be hurt by it. And Screech. Honestly, Loudred and Exploud learned a lot of sound kind of moves. However, I'm running a special variant, so I don't want Screech. Don't particularly care much for it. Yay! Easy battle again. Who's still level 36? You are, and you are. Alright, do I have a paralyzed heal? Please tell me I have one. I have 2, in fact. That's nice. This is Miguel. Okay, he just called to say hi, I guess. You know, sometimes that can be a little bit annoying in game, but I actually think it's really nice that they programmed it so that, like, you'll battle people, and then they give you their phone numbers, and then they'll call you just to actually, like, just to say hi, because they're thinking of you. Super underrated feature. Yeah. I'm tempted to say, you know, it's actually, I think it's kind of nice because it has the potential to teach kids, like, hey, it's okay if you have a friend to just call them. You know, just at any time you want, and if they don't pick up, they don't pick up, and that's fine. But I think that'd be reading a bit much into it. Oh no. Connecting to chat. Chat died for a second for me. Okay, we're back. We're good. I don't care much for Protect, I'm gonna be honest. Pikachu. Get tsunami, idiot. I don't want the move, Thief. Same for me a few minutes ago. Okay. It's good to know it's not just me. Okay, there literally has to be a secret item. There's no other reason for that tree to be there. Okay, a nugget. Cool. Is there another one, or is it just the one? Nope, just the one. Okay. Anything back there? What? How? What? Why? How? There's space back there. But I can't go back there. God dang it. Hidden item? Oh, that's not a tile where I can move. For a second I thought it was the whole, like, haha, something invisible is in the way, but this fence is spaced really weirdly. So, like, here, this is me on the wall. It looks like there's space there, but then this is the furthest you can go. This has to be a hidden item. It's too tempting. It's way too tempting. Use Ice Beam on Manectric, actually. He's more of a threat. Yeah, okay. Vigoroth only has Uproar, that's fine. Pokenav, nice. Yeah, see, here we go. Here I'm right next to the fence, so it makes sense. And then this is the fence, this whole block. And then here's one block over, and I can't do that shit. Of course, it makes sense from a perspective of, like, this, you move one tile by one tile and whatnot, but... it's just a little bit jarring after you play a game where that's, like, not structured like this. Is this the contest poll? Yeah, it is. City Harbor. I only did Pokemon contests a couple times, and neither of them were in, none of them were in, Pokemon Emerald. They were in Pokemon Platinum, I think. Let me have Maria up front. I'll save the game. And now this is a rival battle that is technically 100% optional. You do not have to do this rival battle. It's entirely possible to just never go inside the Lily Cove department store, skip this rival battle, and never see May or Brendan, if you chose a girl character at the beginning, again. Like, this is the last time you see them. I guess you can go talk to them in their house in Little Root, but, like, when you're out adventuring. And if I recall correctly, in the original versions of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, they don't have a fully evolved starter here. You never get to see the other fully evolved starter that your rival picked in game. You like literally you have to trade to even see it. All right, let's fight. Tropius. Slugma? What's Slugma, you may ask? Well, we asked professional boxers to answer this question, and every single time we asked them what's Slugma, they punched us in the balls. It was very painful, and we are no closer to answering our question, what is Slugma, than we were when we began the interviews. Truly the eternal dilemma. Take out this Ludicolo. Yeah, no, even in this one, they don't have the fully evolved starter. It's just Marshtomp. In fact, I think the guy who made the ROM hack didn't change the levels around all that much. So that's just it. Alright. What is this? What is this building? Oh, this is a museum. Okay, cool. Now, let's go into the department store. I don't want a lottery ticket. Thank you, though. How may I serve you? Buy? No. It's gotta be one of these floors that sells the evolution stones. That's the training items, the energy drinks and whatnot. That's protect, that is safeguard, that is reflect, and that is light screen. Fire blast, thunder, blizzard, and hyper beam. Okay, cool. Standard array of TMs, it seems like. Oh, some decorations for your secret hideout. How fun. Let's see, surfing. More decorations for the hideout. Okay, this is the decorations floor where you buy all the stuff for your secret base. I thought the guy that made the game said you'd be able to buy the evolution stones here. Let me go back and check to see if that's the case. It should be somewhere on the feature list, if it is a thing. Evolution stones sold at Petalburg Pokemart. I'm so dumb. I could have had that for so long. God dang it. Well, at least now I know where to go. I can't fly on the roof of the department store? Okay. Alright, well let's just go back down to the bottom floor here. Petalburg was the third town in the game. Start, and then you go to Oldale, and then just Petalburg over here. All right, let's buy a water stone. Right? Halfway through the map. Nice. Wait. I said you could buy the questionnaire. Sure, I'll fill out the questionnaire. I'm gonna, Aaron. Okay, very good. Yes, speech. Absolutely. absolutely dislikes. Who is, what was the thing? Hold on, I gotta... Anime. Perfect. Aaron absolutely dislikes anime. Fuck yes. Clip it, ship it. Where? I'm so confused. Evolution stones sold at the Petalburg Pokemart. Right? What the fuck? They're not here. I can't... The evolution stones aren't anywhere. Are they... Did they change it? Between the fucking... God dang it. Yeah, that's Petalburg. Let's test something. They said that heart scales were sold at the Fall Arbor Pokemart. Let's see if the heart scales are being sold up here, like they said. Yep, there it is, heart scales right there. Wait. Metronome? No, I'm alright. Also made some country flags with banner yesterday. Vexillology be expensive. Capitalism. Yeah, true. Let's see here. Verdant Turf, Petalburg. Was it maybe super early on in the selection and I didn't see it? No. They just don't have the stones here. Alright, now we begin the trials and tribulations of I fly to every fucking city. And look at the Pokemart stuff to see if they sell the things. There is no Pokemart in Dewford Town. Interesting. Hey, that guy gave me a silk scarf. Okay, thanks. Yes. What? I don't get it. Rustboro, maybe? Hyper Ball, Repeat Ball, so there's some stuff there. Where else? Verdant Turf. So Pokemart here. Nest Ball. Okay, no, nothing there. Slateport? No. Not here either. Mauville? Maybe? Nope. Just the stinking battle items. Jeez. I checked Fall Arbor already. Lava Ridge? It's a long shot. No. God dang it. Fortree? That's the only other city I've been to. To repel wood mail. No. That ain't it either. Maybe back to the Lily Cove department store, I guess? Let's see what's going on in there. Where's the, floor would you like? No, none of them. That stuff. Jeez, man. I've been stiffed. I've been had. Those are the battle items. And those are the training items. TMs on this floor, and then decorations here, and then this is the top floor already. What the fuck? I was told that there would be a location in this video game where I could purchase some evolutionary stones, dude. Dude! Give me back to Petalburg. I am a Pokemon friend, sure. Selected items for my convenience. Yeah, fat chance. I can't buy the one thing I came looking for. Of course. I'm gonna be real. I think they lied to me on the ROM hack page. Let's surf over here. Oh, no water stone there. Huh. And they really make you wait for fucking ever to get a water stone in this game. Alright, I guess I just kind of have to accept that the ROM hack page lied and there is no water stone available at any of the Pokemon marts. Really disappointed, gotta say. You know, I'm going into ROM hack review mode a little bit. You know, it's clear that the game is patched. People have the correct amount of Pokemon. The levels have been changed around very slightly. So this is clearly the hacked version of the game. You know, properly patched and whatever. It is version 1.5. And on the version 1.5 page for the Pokemon Emeralds 8 ROM hack, it says that you can buy evolutionary stones at the Petalburg Pokemon Mart. However, after doing an exhaustive tour of every Pokemon Mart, including Petalburg, you can't buy the evolutionary stones there. And you can buy heart scales still at Fall Arbor, which means that the details are false. That's either an oversight or just a, like, lie or whatever. I'm inclined to say it's like an oversight or mistake, but that's really sloppy. Yeah. I guess back to the regularly scheduled programming, having to wait until after the 7th gym to actually get the evolutionary stone. Or the water stone, that is. Because I think you can get a fire stone earlier than that. Let me go. Actually, I need to go down to Mount Pyre first before I go east to anywhere else. Because that's where Team Aqua was getting ready to do some dastardly things, such as I don't know. Or rather, maybe I need to start going down south to the, you know, the connecting route down here. Just maybe. Or is that Mount Pyre also? Yeah, no, okay. So if I go down through Mount Pyre, I would be going down to the connecting area from earlier. Oh. Got another phone call. Interesting. See you. Alright, Team Aqua. Ah, yes, the ghost type area of the game. It's kind of interesting that this happens so late here. TM48. That is skill swap. I don't know why I remember that, but I do. Yeah, wow. That's still the same. Wait, can you really just skip the whole... Huh. You can really just skip the entire, like, section of Mount Pyre where there's, like, people at the grave sites and stuff. I'm gonna be real. I forgot about that. I forgot that you could do that. Easy Team Aqua grunt battles. Nothing too nothing too crazy. And oh, they took the red and the blue orbs. All right, this is where the was it the plot line with Kyogre and Groudon kicks off properly. The funny part, though, is that later in the game, it's revealed that they took the wrong orbs. Archie took the red orb, and Maxie took the blue orb. And they try to awaken the wrong Pokemon with each one. So Archie goes to Kyogre, and Maxie goes to Groudon. Silly them, they don't understand basic color theory. I guess I could go down and do the rest of Mount Pyre now. In fact, I will do that. And I will also talk a little bit about another thing that I saw recently. Where is that shit? Alright. Wait. I could have sworn this was one of my tabs. What the fuck happened? What is going on? Where's that fucking... dude, I'm gonna go insane. There was a post with like CNBC link that I was looking at earlier. I'm gonna go insane if I can't find it. Yeah, what, where? Hold on. This is really bugging me. What is that name, my guy? Welcome to chat for, first time chat from Give Chocolate. It says Bolshevik Y2K. That's what that name is. Fucking, where's that one post about CNBC? God damn it. This got me, like, a little bit animated. And I was like, this is a good opportunity to talk about some stuff here. Hold on. Lenin? Yeah, I mean, he's in my profile banner. I can't say I like the guy, but I lean into it for the memes. Where is, Fuck, I'm never gonna be able to find that post, am I? God damn it. No, dude, come on. Okay, I'm gonna just describe. I've made communist propaganda stickers. Don't ask why I had to crop his face so many times. Cool, I think. I'm just gonna recall the post from memory and hope that I can count on, like, having enough good faith that you guys will understand that I am not making this shit up, and I did see this. I will try to find it later. So the CNBC is a hub of, like, status quo kind of conservative economic commentary and stuff like that. I mean, that's generally how they market themselves as well. But every now and again, they'll put out some sort of, I don't know, opinion piece, whatever it is, and it'll just be, like, the most out-of-touch boomer shit that you've ever seen. I saw one of those recently where it was actually somebody quote tweeting it, somebody that I think I follow on Twitter or whatever, but I couldn't find it. And they were saying that, like, there's this new trend that young people are doing, where they are not, like, okay, how did they phrase it? They said young people are soft saving, quote unquote, which, I mean, if you have heard that kind of phrasing before, like from quiet quitting, you'll know it's a similar thing. Basically, it was like, oh, young people aren't retiring. This must be some hip new trend that we're going to give a trendy name. No, actually, that's not what it is. CNBC. Sorry, El Bozo. This made me incredibly annoyed, because it's like, it's not just CNBC being out of touch, right? First of all, the reality of the situation, the reason that people are discounting the possibility of retirement so early on in their lives is because of the sort of the havoc that neoliberals have wreaked across the country, across the world with austerity politics. Believe it or not, people actually used to get pensions in this country. Give Chocolate, I'm not sure what country you're from. I know in the Netherlands, I think they still have pensions. In the United States, people don't get pensions anymore. You have to rely on the whims of the stock market for your retirement, even if you work in the government, even if you work in the nonprofit sector. It is not a guaranteed fact that you will be able to retire in life. Many people have experienced this firsthand, especially people who are very poor. But this is part of what CNBC and other such news outlets engage in, where they will take these macro, they will take these economic trends, these economic symptoms, really, you know, of these, like, much bigger problems. Quite the European thing, if I may. Yes, indeed. It's quite the symptom of an economic problem. It's 67. Yeah, it's a little bit later. That you know, people can't I mean, people can't retire. That's the, you know, the state of pensions in the United States inevitably is gonna lead to that. The, you know, people discounting retirement as a possibility is an indication that they don't consider it a realistic thing that they will be able to do. It's not that people don't want to retire. People always want to be able to retire someday. It's that they won't be able to with the resources they have or could be expected to have at some point in the future. Now, in the sort of attempt to normalize this, in an attempt to normalize the working until the grave economic model, CNBC has attempted to basically take the issue and cast it in a sort of wow, look at what the hip young folk are doing, because they actually in part bear the responsibility for the economic disparities that produce that problem in the first place, where people can't retire. I'm sure if you go back through the CNBC archives, I've done this a couple times. I've seen old CNBC articles like this, just kind of offhand. I haven't gone back into the archives super dedicatedly. You will see articles from the 1980s and 90s from CNBC and other such news outlets praising the new idea, new at the time, of trickle-down economics, where you cut taxes for rich people and you cut spending on social safety nets, and you basically do everything that would widen the income inequality gap, but then you say, oh, but the income inequality gap actually won't widen because rich people are so nice and generous that they'll just give that money back to the community through the kindness of their own hearts, knowing full well that that's not actually how that works. You need a system of taxation and systemic wealth redistribution in order to achieve the effect of wealth redistribution. You can't just rely on charity. America is proof of that. Americans are some of the most charitable people in the world. There's statistics to prove this. And still, we have some of the most abysmal social safety nets because there is no actual social safety net. And CNBC is doing the whole, like, playing dumb kind of thing. They're saying, wow, look at this hip new trend that it must be the case that young people are just engaging in because they feel like it. Haha, funny. You know? It just makes me really mad. Because I'm going to be in that boat. Look, even though we can talk about zip codes, we can talk about, like, I was born in a decent enough zip code, and that determines the sort of socioeconomic circumstances I'm going to be dealing with in my life, I don't expect to be able to retire. You know? Like, I'm currently writing my cover letter. I'm looking for a job, and I'm going to apply to some places. Once I enter the workforce, I'm probably not going to be able to leave. I don't know if I'm going to ever have enough money to retire. You know? And that sucks. And if I have it like that, and I'm in a relatively affluent area of the country, relatively affluent neighborhood and whatnot, imagine the kind of thing that people are going through who are in worse socioeconomic circumstances than I am. People who have it worse than me, which there is no shortage of. 90% of Americans probably, you know, good 85 to 90% of Americans have it worse than I do in my own life situation. And if I'm doubtful that I'm going to be able to retire, there ain't a chance in hell that they're going to be able to retire. At least not if the current model holds. You know, the Republicans have made it their sort of one of their big policy objectives to strip away what remains of Social Security, and to, like, chip away at Medicare as well. You know, the what little of a social safety net we have. You know, and news outlets like CNBC often act the part of the accomplice in that effort, in that endeavor. And that actually has been the one silver lining I can hope is that has been a radicalizing force for people to move further left and to support much more robust social safety nets and much more robust social programs and social spending, so that they don't just get the rug pulled out from under them, because it's a very real concern. Ooh, fighting type guy. I probably should. Yeah, I should go to somebody different. There we go. Nice. Oh, for a second I thought he would have thick fat. That just occurred to me. Luckily, he did not. My game froze. I'm gonna save the game and exit and launch the game again from where I saved it so that it does not freeze. Nice. Cool. Wait, actually, I should go back to the Pokemon Emeralds 8 page to see what the bugs section lists. It's possible there's something in there related to Mount Pyre. Known issues and bugs. Slight graphical glitches on party menu. Battle Frontier and postgame are largely untested, so probably broken somewhere due to them being out of the scope of this project. That's fine, I just won't do the postgame. Some emulators might produce freezes at the beginning or cause a black screen when starting Champion Wallace's battle. RetroArch MGBA Core seems to mostly run the game just fine. And then, apart from that, you tell me. Okay, so nothing about Mount Pyre in particular here, so I'm assuming that's just my emulator acting up, which it does on occasion. Alright, it did it again very briefly there. I was able to avoid it by loading state, but we'll see how things go this time. Now from the last one, yeah, I know he does not have thick fat, so not resistant to fire moves. Okay, there we go. That's a little concerning. Stop using detect, please. Thank you. Oh. Have no fear, for I am here. Thank you. Are you gonna show me how to get out of this godforsaken dungeon? God damn it. Yeah. I'm gonna... Get him out of here. Get this Wobbuffet out of my sight. I hate fighting against Wobbuffet, because the one thing it can do is Destiny Bond and take you down with it, which is annoying as hell. TM30, that's Shadow Ball. I don't think Gengar actually learns Shadow Ball in this game through level up, so I have to teach it this way. Get Shadow Punch out of here. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll teach it to Psy as well. Yeah, get Howl out of here. And then... I was going to say maybe Alakazam, but... No, I'll just keep his moveset as is. Ooh, item. Lacks Incense. I don't know what that does. See, it says... Oh, no, I know what Lax Incense does. It's for breeding Snorlax? So? No, Munchlax isn't in this game. What am I thinking of? I don't know. It's probably for something that I like never do. Alright. Let's get out of this Mountain of the Undead. Please. You know, that'd be good, that'd be nice. I would appreciate that. Back to Lily Cove. Lily Cove Hotel. By the way, now that I've started building a UN, like building for our world. I just learned that it's in New York. Cool. Are there UN buildings in New York? Yeah, the headquarters of the UN is in New York City. Huh. That is the... Oh, that's actually a really recognizable building. Yeah. Okay. It's in, Here, hold on. Where's, well, I guess I could just show it on screen here. Get ready for Wikipedia jump scare. Yeah, this is the UN headquarters right here. Right there in New York City. You didn't know either? Making me feel better knowing the politics-loving American didn't even know. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't pay a ton of attention to the UN because they don't do jack shit. That's the reason I don't know a whole lot about the UN. But yeah, I mean, I knew that the UN has like locations in a lot of different countries. I didn't know they were headquartered in America because America doesn't sign on to half of their fucking resolutions. I know, here's what I do know about the UN. I know about a lot of resolutions that the United States has not signed or ratified because we are one of the big violators of human rights around the world, as weird as that is. But yeah, there's the UN headquarters. Excuses? Yeah, I know. Oh, you can't navigate with left or right. I have to use up and down. That's wacky. I will say I know a little bit about the UNHCR, I think. I learned about that a bit in college. Had some reading assignments that pertain to that. And they fucking suck. UNHCR, they suck at their job. Although that tends to be a theme. That tends to be a theme at the UN, is that they really are not good at their job. Or their job is like not exactly what the more humanitarian-minded would like it to be. Case in point being Haiti, where they basically contracted out the Kenyan military to do some dirty police work in Haiti to supposedly clean up the gang violence problem, but that it's not going to fix anything. It's just going to result in a whole lot of bloodshed, and the UN knows that, which is why they contracted the Kenyan military to do this, and didn't send in their own blue helmets. Bring freedom, yeah, exactly. The one time the UN like does something, and it's oh, let's send cops to this country, but we know that like cops will end up just killing people, so let's make it so that it's not our people, it's people from a random unrelated third world country that everybody can get mad at really easily and can distract all the attention from us. The UN caused a massive cholera outbreak in Haiti last time the blue helmets went. Oh yeah, I know. My bachelor's thesis was on Haiti, and in fact that the fuck ups in Haiti are so bad and so numerous that that the cholera outbreak was just a footnote in like it was just a couple sentences mentioning it in my paper, because there were so many like bigger, like more politically implicative. There were so many bigger things with bigger political implications happening in Haiti that were the fault of the UN and the international community that it made the cholera outbreak look small by comparison, which is no lean feat. Yeah. But yes, that was pretty bad. And, of course, the UN didn't help. If I remember right, it was actually some of the prayer groups. There were some evangelical religious groups in Haiti at the time in the 2010s that were like partially responsible for the cholera outbreak being as bad as it was, because it was like the UN sent them in to or not sent them in. They like allowed them in to do prayer groups and such, and it's like more difficult for doctors to get in, or they weren't like devoting very many resources to try to source local Haitian doctors or whatever, something like that. Making bibimbap. Is that like making small talk? If so, then sorry, I might have misconstrued the meaning there. Rice with things, Korean style. Ah, gotcha. Gotcha. Get that Zangoose out of here. Mongoose. Yeah. Shadow Ball. Kind of fucked up that I don't have a better steel type move than Metal Claw at level 38. It would be nice if I had, like, Iron Head. Made kimchi over the weekend, now enjoying with some sausage, egg, and kale. That sounds delicious. You know, recently I've been paying a lot more attention to my diet because of like over the past like 5 years I've sort of realized how many implications diet has on my mood and stuff, and how just how much of an impact it has. I've always known that it had sort of an impact, but I didn't fully understand like how important it was. So I've been trying to incorporate more rice and more like chicken and fish into the stuff that I eat, where prior I would have been eating more like red meat stuff. Chicken is just a little bit better for you, and I think it's more important that I have like a you know, it's more important that I have like chicken, rice, and vegetable at each like major meal or whatever than I guess having beef or whatever, or lamb. I don't know. It's a work in progress. Level 39. Nice. I don't have any physical attackers. I can handle this guy, really. So, special attacker it is. Let's get you out front. Double battle with these guys. Okay, cool. Cool. I can blaze kick that guy. I'm probably gonna get paralyzed. Yeah. How did I know? Oh, stop. Okay. Stop hitting yourself in confusion, Laron. Lame. Okay. Alright. I will have to switch these people out from the front. There we go. Sigma and Esteban. You guys take the helm there. Okay, that's easy enough. Can handle these guys. Oh, less easy. Hold on a minute. Okay, back to easy. I only got 5 minutes left in the stream, huh? You might know your politics, but I made my own actual alliance with more members than what the EU started with? Interesting. More members than what the EU started with. That's pretty significant. My grandfather was a victim of the Holocaust. I've been aware of the potential consequences of the political system going wrong since I can remember. I was 12 when 9/11 happened. I saw the world go mad over Muslims and the discrimination my friends faced. Moved to Ecuador when I was 19, and for a while tried to ignore politics. We had a center-left government that did pretty well. Things were good until the government lurched to the right and made a deal with the IMF that resulted in huge protests. My daughter was breathing tear gas in our apartment. Politics is going to happen to you whether you care or not. Yeah. Wow. That'll do it. That's a radicalizing force right there. Quite the story. Yeah, that makes the way I got interested in politics like way less interesting. I mean, that tends to be the case with people that live in like wealthier countries. Is that like you don't it's not as frequent that you get the like violent shock that springs you into action into politics. I just remember Donald Trump getting elected and that sparking my interest more because he had talked about deporting a lot of people out of the United States, and he had leaned in on the anti-Muslim rhetoric, which would have affected me and my family, and I was concerned about the increase in far-right violence against myself and other people I knew, because I am ethnically not Arab, but a group that people would very routinely and very easily confuse as Arab, so I would get caught up in that. But yeah, this I hope your daughter's alright, man. Breathing in tear gas is not something that should happen to anybody. In fact, that there's a reason that there's a very good reason that chemical weapons are banned in warfare, and it is a absolute travesty that governments somehow see fit to use them in peacetime on civilians. Good eyes, good borders, yeah. I work in agricultural development here. I've seen how free trade deals are a total scum from inside the beast. Oh, yeah, absolutely. My daughter is fine. That's good to hear. Free trade deals, if you can believe it, Americans get screwed over by free trade deals as well. I remember there was like well, I don't know if the term is offshoring, but like moving jobs into other countries, doing the whole like NAFTA stuff. Yeah, workers get screwed. Workers get screwed in Ecuador. Workers get screwed in the United States. A lot of people in America, when certain manufacturing, yes, the global South does get screwed harder. That seems to be a common theme, is that the global South gets screwed like doubly as hard whenever something bad happens to the workers. It was like of 4 or 5 years ago, Trump was like, Trump's government moved some manufacturing facilities. There was like a deal they made with a company. It was like, hey, you know, we'll give you financial incentives to keep your manufacturing in the United States. And then, you know, they signed the deal and then just let them move their manufacturing elsewhere anyways. And a lot of American workers just lost their jobs straight up, like just got fired. And it was like a couple thousand American workers in just this one location. And, you know, that's just one example of that happening. And I can imagine for every couple American workers that happen to lose their jobs here, there's a lot more people that are hanging by a thread, if that, in the global South. Our trade deal with Europe was supposed to boost chocolate production, but actually makes it harder to send finished product and keeps us supplying raw cacao for European factories to get rich. Yep, that's the kind of shit that like Thomas Sankara talked about a little bit as well. It's like the constant demand from Europe that you export the resources there so they can manufacture the stuff, and then, you know, they can sell it there, you know, basically sell it back to you. It's like I think Sankara said, he who feeds you controls you, and so you don't, you know, it's very much a model of exploitation when you are shipping your resources elsewhere and then they are selling you the product back to you. It's like, you know, them selling you the food when you can grow the food there. If they really wanted to help, they would be selling the farming equipment and they would be giving you the things that you need to grow that stuff in your own country, feed your own people, etc., and not need to rely on these exploitative trade deals and stuff. In return, we had to open our public works contracting to European firms, lower taxes on their car exports, respect their intellectual property. Yep, where have I heard that one before? Yeah. Man, it's almost like there's a globally exploitative system that subjugates certain countries under other ones, and all around certain business interests. All hail Donald Trump? No, but thanks for your input. That being said, it is the end of stream. I've gone over the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna finish this battle and then I'll save and get on out of here. Thank you very much for watching. I might have a couple segments coming out of this stream. I should be back on Wednesday. Today's Monday, so a couple days from now. Take care, comrade. Thank you, and you too, Resist Colonizers. I will, I'm gonna see who all is live. And depending on who is live, I might raid somebody. It seems that nobody I know is live right now. So, I'll just, see you then.